Question 8, triple award, 2025 mid-course exam, year 10. So question 8, as you can clearly see from the diagram here, is a diagram showing the human heart with 4 blood vessels labeled A, B, C, and D. All right, so let's just take a few minutes to work through what those A, B, C, and D is. Well, this, of course, is the right-hand side of the heart. This is the left-hand side of the heart. These are the atria. These are the ventricles. So coming into the right atrium, that would be the vena cava. B would be the blood going out. That would be going to the lung. So that would be the pulmonary artery. Artery is taking blood away from the heart. C is blood exiting from the left ventricle. So this, of course, is the aorta. And D, finally, is blood coming into the heart. D coming into the heart from the lung. And so that would be the pulmonary vein. So let's see what the questions are going to challenge us with. Which blood vessel brings oxygenated blood to the heart? Okay, so here's the thinking. Oxygenation occurs in the lung. So the question is, which is the blood vessel that brings oxygenated blood from the lung to the heart? Now, if it's going into the heart, then that must be a vein. And if it's coming from the lung, that would give us the pulmonary vein, which of course is in our diagram is D. So whilst the letters, the names that we have just been using don't appear in the question so far, it would be necessary to know them in order to determine which is the correct one. Which blood vessel contains blood at the highest pressure? So we need to ask ourselves where in the heart creates the highest pressure, and we know that's on the left-hand side, and we know that comes from a ventricle. So it must be the left ventricle creating the high pressures. But which blood vessel comes out of the left ventricle? Sorry for the scrolling. And you can see here that it's blood coming out here. It's the aorta, which is C. So we need to select C. So D and then C for those answers. It asks us to draw a label line onto the diagram to show the position of the semilunar valve. Now, apologies, I have to scroll back up to do that. And your label line needs to point to here. So I'll just do a line like so, semilunar, or indeed here, across here like this, semilunar, like so. And that would attract a mark. So you've got two possible answers there, as it does not actually specify either the right or the left semilunar valve. And so we've got two options. Describe the function of the semilunar valve. Well, any valve prevents backflow. And if just to finish this, let's go and look at our diagram. The backflow would be from the arteries into the heart, into the ventricles. So it's to prevent backflow, and that would be blood going from the arteries into ventricles. And that would happen, this is a bit more advanced, this would happen when the heart relaxes. So when the heart relaxes and the ventricles relax, then we would get backflow, and that's prevented by the semilunar valve. And those of you who've revised very deeply would know that that is called diastole. And so that takes us, folks, to the end of the last question. Hopefully you're putting down lots of points for the examiner to tick and give you marks for the exam.